So we are taking a look today at the addition of linear expressions. And in talking about linear expressions, we want to remember that we are looking at two different expressions where this one, our first example is going to be 3x plus 5, and the second is going to be 2x plus 3. And we are connecting these with an addition operation. Now, visually, let's kind of represent this because really what we're seeing here is 3x plus 5 can be represented as having three x's. So we sometimes represent these using blocks. So we're just going to use 1, 2, 3 blocks and 5 tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and that represents our first expression here of 3x plus 5. Now I'm going to jump into a green color here, and we're going to represent 2x plus 3. So that means that we have two x's, and 3 tick marks. Okay, so just kind of a very visual, concrete way to look at this. And what we want to do is we ultimately want to add these together. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's, that means that we have 5 x's. And then I have 5 tallies plus 3 tallies, which gives me 8 tallies. So therefore, our solution here would be 5x plus 8. Now, if we want to look at this a little bit deeper, okay, we could say that we had 3x plus 5, okay, and we put that in parentheses because we're saying that that is one quantity, and we're adding to that quantity 2x plus 3. Now, if we want to really get into the whole idea of combining like terms, we have to realize that we can't remove just parentheses by just saying, oh, let's get rid of it. We have to actually do something. So what I try to explain is imagine that there's this imaginary 1 and we distribute that 1. So 1 times 3x is 3x plus 1 times 5 is 5. Still being added to 1 times 2x is 2x, and 1 times 3 is 3. Now, once we get this expression, this is where we can go ahead and combine like terms. So we can say I have my x values, where 3x and 2x is going to be 5x, and I have my constants, 5 plus 3, which are going to be 8. So again, we have a concrete and visual way, and then we have the actual algebraic method for solving. So let's take a look at another example. This example is slightly different, okay, in the sense that we now have some minus signs or some negatives. So I really prefer to use the distributive property concept here. So I'm going to explain that. I'm just going to put my imaginary 1 in front of both parentheses, and we're going to distribute. So 1 times 2x is 2x. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. That's going to be added to 1 times 3x, which is 3x, and 1 times negative 7, which is negative 7. So again, I've removed these parentheses using the distributive property. Now that's the mathematical explanation for this. We could also talk about the associative property and the commutative property, but that's really just the simplest way to explain it. And it's going to help us as we discover our subtraction rules as well. So again, once I have my parentheses removed, I'm going to combine like terms. So I have my variable values of x, 2x, and 3x, which is going to be 5x. And then my constants are both negative. So this is really just an addition problem. Negative 4 and negative 7 is negative 11. So the solution here would be 5x minus 11. Hopefully that gives you a little bit more review and a little bit of insight into addition of linear expressions.